Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my Pan Those Eyeshadows intro. This project was created by Alexi, but I was inspired to do it by Rebecca Morgan. She's done it for a couple years straight and she has so much fun with it every time, so I want to try it again. I figured I would start off with my own rules since everyone does it differently. I don't want to pan a black. I don't want to pan glitters because I have some Colourpop palettes with those in there. I don't want to pan doubles, so if I get two very similar shades, I'm just gonna re-roll the second one. And what was my last rule? I want to use each shade a minimum of 20 times, and then I have the option to roll it out. I would like to hit pan, so I won't necessarily be rolling it out automatically once I hit 20, but I have the option to if I'm really not interested in that shade. I also wanted to mention that I do have a couple of new palettes that I'm not including this time. I want to be able to use some of my new palettes naturally without putting them into a project first, but maybe in a few months I will add them to my spreadsheet and those will be available to draw as well. So I have 807 eligible eyeshadows. That whole list is all my eyeshadows minus the new palettes. There are some shades with pan there, so if I roll in a shade that has pan, I'll just re-roll that as well. This is gonna look dumb, but I'm recording on my phone, so I can't show that. So I just pulled up a random number generator on my laptop. So I'm gonna roll here. Let me grab a pen, because we're using green. Oh, and I'm gonna roll 4. I might choose to up that to 5 or maybe 6 later in the year, but I'm gonna start off with 4 so I don't overwhelm myself. So the first shade here, oh, it's gonna be backwards. Oh well. Oop. 301. 795. 421. And 646. All right, so I'm gonna go grab the palettes. I'm gonna try not to look at the shades yet, but if I accidentally just know what that is in the palette, then I guess I'll spoil it for myself before you guys see it. Okay, I have all my palettes, and this might be a very colorful color story. We'll see. The first shade that I rolled was 301. If I look down, it's because my laptop's right here in my Excel spreadsheet. But my first shade was shade 301, which comes from my Colourpop She's a Rainbow palette. And it is the 12th shade. So it's this beautiful purple right here. And that is the shade Hold Me Down. I think that might be in one of their purple palettes, like the 9 pans. I'm not really sure. But it's got, I think, some blue sparkle in there too. Here's the swatch. It doesn't swatch very pigmented, so I don't really know. Like, it looks like a shimmer in the pan, but it doesn't look super shimmery when it's swatched. It's a really pretty shade of purple though. Okay, so the next shade that I drew, I'm not doing these in number order, I'm doing these in the order that I drew them. So the next one that I got was 795. So let me go down to that. And 795 came from my Hipdot SpongeBob palette. I found this at Marshall's and I was so excited because I almost bought this one at first launch. So 795 is the 3rd shade. Oh wow, I haven't used this one yet. It's this bright yellow shade right in the middle there, and it is called Best Shade Ever. It's the best shade ever. There's that guy. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be an interesting color story. The next shade I drew was number 421, and it comes from my Jeffree Star Blue Blood. I'd like to add in right here that I don't support this brand anymore, but I have the palettes, so I'm going to use them. And it's from my boyfriend, so it has some kind of good feeling aside from the owner. Let me roll back up to my, let me roll up in my Excel. And shade 421. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 That's one of my favorite shades in this palette, so that's exciting. Oh, and that is the shade Ice Tray. Let me set this down. It's kind of like the pan flag. That's great. What a coincidence it was rolled in that order too. The last number I drew was 646, and that came from my Colourpop Pretty Guardian palette. Let me roll back down one more time. And 646 is the 6th shade in this palette, so it's going to be this light shimmer. So that'll be cool. Oh, I hope I didn't mix purple in there. No, we're good. That'll be nice as an inner corner highlight for any of these, I would think. I really like all those colors. It's a fun set of colors that I can try to come up with looks together or use with other things that I have or within the palettes they came from. I feel like I'm missing a really super shimmery shadow in here, so I think it'll be interesting to try topping maybe this shade on other ones or finding other topper shades on these colors. I haven't used any of these 4 shades a lot. I've used a couple of them, but they don't have a lot of use, so it'll be really cool to see where I get this month. Alright, and that's my Pan Those Eyeshadows intro. Thank you for watching. Bye!